Alright guys, welcome back. This is HD and I'm bringing you guys game number 2 here from the semi-final B of GameCom Plantronics in Europe. And wonderful guys over there at GameCom Plantronics. Make sure you guys check it out and support. And they make some great headsets, awesome headsets in fact. And of course, the tournament winners here receiving a lot of cool prizes, including those awesome headsets. So yeah, check it out. And going into the business here, it is game 2. VirusWhite will be the red Zerg at the 12 o'clock position. And of course his opponent is Roof. He's going to be the purple Zerg at the 12. And did I say 12 for VirusWhite? I think I did. I meant 6 of course. And it is Metalopolis. So I guess the map pool here retaining the same structure as semi-final A, meaning that it is GSL Belshire Beach Winter, Metalopolis, and then next up we should have Shattered Temple. I tried to make a mix there between Shakuras and Shattered, and it couldn't come out. It wouldn't come out. My conscience was like, don't say it, don't say it. So ZVZ to action time, and both these guys already displayed their propensity to go ahead and go into Zergling Baneling mode. So I wouldn't be surprised to see more Zerglings than Banelings here, because it's such an explosive and dynamic way to play ZVZ. It really allows you, actually, I think, more flexibility rather than sticking with the Roach style, because Roaches are so slow compared to Zerglings, and they don't give you the ability to be offensive. You have to play defensively. So whereas Zerglings and Banelings, they let you do both. So keep your eyes out. We might see the same thing here. VirusWhite, who I believe was the one that opened up with the earlier pull last game, did not this time. In fact, Roof here is opening up with the quicker pull and the quicker gas. And he is going to have that pull and gas up pretty soon here. Gas is done, and he's going to go ahead and send those 3 drones over to the gas. And this is actually going to be pretty effective, I think, against Virus, because Virus decided to go for a very fast hatchery. That's actually a 15 hatch, I believe, and that could be problematic. Usually you 15 hatch on maps like Shatter Temple, which is going to be the next map, I believe, in the rotation, or on Shakuras Plateau. But on a map like this, which is very wide open, I feel like this leaves the natural open, especially to Zergling Baneling. So if Roof here goes ahead and goes for the quick Baneling nest, it could be problems for Virus. But no, Roof decides to go for the hatchery and is going to play macro instead. So you know, I really feel like it's important to just point out that in ZVZ things are so they're so explosive. Things can happen on the drop of a dime. So even going for the Baneling nest here, I think would have just been very, very problematic for VirusWhite. But he did it. Roof did not. So it's going to be, I believe, a 2-base versus 2-base affair here. And Roof is going to get his initial 2 Zerglings inside the main, but easily greeted by 4 Speedlings here, or 4 Zerglings here, and might get this around. No, Virus is unable to do so, and he's going to be able to push Roof away. So Roof is going to have to fall back now as Virus controls the natural. And Virus, you know, that's the thing. I feel like he's going to have the advantage here. VirusWhite will, of course, because in ZVZ, if you're going to open up, I believe, with a 15 hatch, then you're going to have, of course, a macro advantage against a Zerg player who opens up with pulled gas and then expands. So if you're going to open up with pull and gas, why don't you just go for the, you know, some aggression? That's how I feel, at least. So Roof is taking the kind of conservative mindset here. If I'm going to go for an expansion, I'm going to get my pull and gas just in case I get rushed. So it's conservative, but he is behind now against the red Zerg. So we'll see what happens here as Roof brings his Zerglings over, and going to try to get some damage in here, but he's easily going to be thwarted away by the Zerglings already on the field. In fact, Roof is going to finish his speed first before Virus will, and now both players have finished up their speed, so we're going to have Speedlings all over the place. Oh, Roof is going to be going for that Baneling nest once again. And let's check Virus. Does he have a Baneling nest? No, he's going to go for the Roach Horn instead. So he is actually going to switch up his playstyle here. Rather than going for Ling and Bling, he is going to go for Roaches. Now, this is a map where going for Roaches against Zergling and Baneling is very difficult to do. There was an opening there for Roof to run into the main. And running into the main on Metalopolis is devastating. There's so many places to hide Banelings. Such huge surface area. So I think Virus caught a lucky break right there. But I don't know about 15 hatch into pure Roaches. Very, very risky against Zergling Baneling here. And Roof is not being aggressive. with the Banelings. He's actually just sitting them back at home. I think that's a mistake. I think if he sent his Banelings in right now and tried to do some damage, he could just he could tear it up right now, and especially kill off some drones at the natural as well, in my opinion. But he is not, and Virus is going to be allowed to sit outside the natural and hold things down for a pretty long time here, as both players are going to go ahead and approach the macro game. Roof throwing up his Roach Warren of his own, and we're going to have roaches on roaches as we saw in the first game, and we'll see how it plays out here in the second. Now let's check that upgrade again. Like I said before, upgrades are so important. Both players are getting the layer about the same time. +1 missile on the way for Virus, so he's going to try to get his range upgrade here, and just sitting outside the natural, trying to hold things down, make sure that things are looking very nice and dandy, which they are. He's got nice positioning on his roaches as well. I'm actually more of a fan of leaving the roaches tucked into the corner here and building Evo chambers against Zerglings and Banelings. I think that actually overall gives you more safety against Zerglings, because if you think about it, when your roaches are spread out like this, if a large army of Zerglings were to come in, they could easily surround your roaches and take them out. So, I don't know, I guess it's a bit of a preference thing here for these Zergs. And right now there is a third coming up. Virus gonna go right for that quick expansion. And really, both these guys are just totally playing extra conservative. There is no aggression. There is no attacking. It's just sitting back, building up a large army, and I think once these guys finish the timings on their upgrades, which, by the way, guys, look very identical right now, besides, except maybe +1 finishing up a little bit sooner for Virus, I think we're going to have a move out. I think we're going to have an attack coordinated with speed and +1 missile. So be on the lookout for that, guys, and Virus will have his finished before his opponent. And not only that, Virus will also have his third finished before his opponent as well, which Roof is actually privy to. Roof knows that the third is on the way, and surprisingly, he has not decided to throw up a hatchery of his own. That's very, very surprising. Usually in ZVZ, if you see a hatchery there like that and it's about to finish, you throw up your own hatchery. So at this point, I'm not too sure what the heck Roof is doing, because he's only going to be on 2 bases. His opponent's going to be on 3. He's not making a massive Roach army or anything like that. His Roach army is actually pretty much, it's lesser or less than VirusWhite. So I don't know, man. He's just totally falling behind right now, I feel like. And maybe he's thinking, I'm going to build up a big Roach force and then I'm going to make a timing push against a hatchery. But hey, Virus is already ahead of you, buddy. He's already got a huge Roach force, plus the hatchery. Plus, I believe he's got better upgrades too. Let's check. +2 on the way. And yeah, he's got better upgrades. I don't know how Virus pulled so far ahead in this game. But here comes Roof, and he's coming in with his roaches. And unfortunately for him, what he thinks to be a great timing attack against his hatchery before resources can be realized, it's really not. Virus is already there. He's already got more roaches. He's got better upgrades. He's got better everything. And so we'll see if this is going to work out or not. Now, Roof is going to have Baneling support, so that is the difference. And he's bringing in Zerglings and more reinforcements as well. So it's gonna be a big one here, and we'll see if it works or not. But there's so many roaches here. I just don't think the Banelings are gonna be effective. They're just gonna run into a brick wall, a red brick wall, and there's nothing they can do about it. Yeah, a little bit of damage done, not bad. But I think Virus just is going to have too many roaches, man. He's got the better concave, he's got the spine crawler, he's got the quicker reinforcement route, and yes, he is going to be able to thwart Roof's forces, and Roof has to fall back. The timing push fails, and essentially that was an all-in from Roof. It was an all-in because he did not expand. He spent all of his production on that wave of attackers, and he did not kill off anything crucial. So that's it. And Roof is like, how did you know? You know what? I don't know if Virus knew. I think Virus just played a macro game. I was all in with +2. Oh, okay. So Virus was going all in himself. That's cute. So Virus was planning to go for some kind of an all in with +2 weapons as well. All right. So I guess Virus kind of having that little edge there, since he was planning to all in his opponent at the same time. And I guess that explains how Virus had so many roaches, because usually in ZVZ you don't have this many roaches at this point in time. Usually, you know, you're droning up and you're saturating all 3 bases, but I'm looking at the income tab now. It's only at 49. So that makes a lot of sense. Virus was just planning to go with a big all-in, just a later all-in than his opponent. But I still think a lot has to be said for Virus's macro and his better tech options and his better build. I mean, he just had a lot bigger army and a lot better upgrades, and it's going to prove to be the undoing of Roof here as he brings his +2 roaches in, and that should be all she wrote. I don't think the purple Zerg is going to be able to withstand this. Those +2 roaches, though, are in a bad position, but they're actually just burrowing their way, if you will, or pushing their way through into the main, and they are going to be able to control the high ground here, and that should be it. I don't think that Roof is going to be able to do much about this, and Virus is going to be able to take the W here. So an all-in, which is what Virus was planning for, of course at that time, very hard to tell in ZVZ, except for his extraordinary roach numbers, but Virus planning to go for the all-in at around the 15-minute mark, and for whatever reason, it beat the all-in that was supposed to come at the 13-minute mark, which isn't supposed to happen. So I really think Virus, a lot of it comes down to just being macroing better and getting better upgrades, and he was able to take the W here. So there's that is it. We're going to go on to game number 3. Hope you guys stay tuned, and this is HD, signing out.